Delran Bears are the South Jersey Group 2 champions here in 2022.
They have the young talent. They're probably going to be back here. And let's just hope that they can clap back next year.
Shot is good. And Quentin
What's going on, everyone? I'm Jake Clark, joined by Coach Marlies here for the Coaches Show. And Coach Marlies, you were a former player here at Sterling High School. How has the game changed and evolved since you last played here at the Castle?
The game of soccer throughout the country, definitely in South Jersey, has changed tremendously. It's much more technical now. When I played here, it was a little bit more direct, a little bit more physical. We still have some of that physicality in the Colonial Conference in particular, but the game in general has changed in where if you are not technical on the ball, when we're talking about technical stuff, we're talking about passing, trapping, dribbling, shooting, stuff like that. If you can't do that at a really high level, it's difficult to be successful nowadays.
And then give us a little bit of insight on your coaching experience prior to taking the head coaching job at Sterling High School.
Yeah, so when I got hired as a teacher here at Sterling, I coached for 3 years as the JV coach under Coach Sheehan. And that was primarily my coaching experience at that time. I was getting involved with youth teams as well. And when I got the head coaching job, I did a lot of coaching on the side for club teams.
And you mentioned being a youth coach. What does it mean for you to be involved in the community so that some of the younger guys know your face here around the school?
Yeah, it's really special. It's probably what motivates me the most is I work with a lot of these players when they're 7, 8, 9, 10 years old, and I get to know them and they get to know me, and then to see them grow as players and as people, and hopefully we accomplish things on the field and maybe more importantly off the field. It's really rewarding, and it's probably what drives me the most.
And then what were some of the expectations coming into this year and into this season, and did the team meet or even exceed those expectations?
Well, we'll find out in the next few days whether or not we meet or exceed them, because ultimately we have a goal of winning a championship every year. This is a young team. We did graduate 18 seniors, so I think on the surface the expectations needed to be maybe toned down a little bit, although internally we didn't feel that was the case. We knew that we had a lot of good players returning and or a lot of upcoming players that were going to add a lot to the team. So we really tried to set the tone of this is not a rebuilding year just because we graduated so many players. So we wanted to keep the standards high. I do think that they've met them, but ultimately, can we go and win a championship over the next 4 games? We'll find out.
And regular season all wrapped up now. What was the most impactful team win you guys had all year?
Probably the most impactful team win would be our 1-0 victory over West Defford. West Defford is one of the top teams in South Jersey. They're the 2 seed in Group 2. They were a coaches tournament team. I think up until a week ago, we were the only team that beat them. And they're a really good team. So what that showed us is that if we put it together, that we can get results off of teams that are of that caliber.
And then what was one loss that maybe helped you guys bounce back a little better and you guys learned from it?
That one for sure would be the Lindenwold game. We have a lot of respect for the Lindenwold program, and we lost a game in overtime, and we didn't play our best. And we had the great Channel 19 footage, so we were able to have a real honest film session where myself as a coach was able to analyze mistakes that I made, and the players were able to look at themselves, and we had a great conversation from it. We learned a lot from it, and we really felt like after that film session that we were much better from it, from the experience of playing maybe not our best soccer and getting exposed in different areas during that game.
And as a team with a handful of freshmen playing pivotal roles, talk about some of the advantages and disadvantages that brings with you guys.
Yeah, so as a young team, you sometimes as a coach, you don't even realize how much they don't know. And ultimately, you typically figure that stuff out throughout the course of games when mistakes are made. And it's not like you have a list of all these things that you have to go over, because we're talking about really little high-level IQ type stuff that you want your varsity players to know, and they just come with experience. So that was probably the biggest challenge, was just the real little IQ stuff that we constantly have to reinforce, and as it comes up, we're trying to teach and coach through it.
And now it's playoff time, and you guys are hosting a playoff game. What does that mean for you as a coach, this team, and this program?
Yeah, so the playoffs, it's an exciting time of year. It's a new season. I think last year taught us a lot, in the sense that we had some up and downs throughout the course of the year. We had some disappointment throughout the course of the year, but we were able to shut that door and shut that chapter of the regular season and move on into the playoffs and make a run like we did last year. So I think a lot of these guys were around for that, and hopefully they understand that regardless of our record, regardless of the results, everybody's 0-0. It takes 4 wins to go win a championship, and you take it one game at a time.
And you guys are the 6th seed taking on 11th seeded Middle Township. What is the game plan to attack the Panther style of play? We try to sort of self-scout a lot, right? So what are we doing good? What are we weaker at, and how can we make those adjustments? We did watch some film on Middle Township. It's from the beginning of the year, so it's maybe tough to predict exactly what they're going to look like. We think we have a game plan that works. Ultimately, we know Middle Township's a good program. Sterling versus Middle Township, there's a lot of history there. In the early 2000s, we played them quite a bit in the playoffs, and they beat us more often than not. So when I was the assistant coach, and even in 2010, I believe, as the head coach, we went to Middle Township. And they beat us almost every single time. It's kind of the way our season would end, was at Middle. In 2018, we played them here, and we won. And I remember that vividly, because that was a moment for me as a coach where we had sort of seen the progression of our program, where that was another hurdle that we were getting over, where we were now able to play with and beat the Middle Townships. And last question for you, Coach. Obviously, you want to look one game at a time, but taking a look at the rest of the bracket, is there any opponent out there that you guys have a real serious concern about?
Middle Township. Yeah, we're not looking past Middle Township, but if you're looking at Group 2, you're always looking at Delran. So I don't think anybody would say otherwise. Delran is the team to beat until somebody beats them, and it's been a long time since somebody's beaten them. So it's Delran.
All right, so that's going to do it here for our Coach's Corner show. Again, thanks to Coach Mr. Marley's joining us, and as always, go Knights.
And the Delran Bears are the South Jersey Group 2 champions here in 2022.
They have the young talent. They're probably going to be back here. And let's just hope that they can clap back next year.
Shot is good! And Quentin Rosano gets it done for the Knights.
They capitalized just like they needed to.
What a phenomenal play by Sterling, and it is now a 3-2 game.
Hello and welcome to Sterling Channel 19. We are here for some boys playoff soccer as the 6th seed Sterling Silver Knights take on the 11th seed Middle Township Panthers. Glad you're with us here on Channel 19 for some afternoon playoff soccer. Current weather conditions 73 degrees, winds blowing southwest at 10 miles per hour, humidity at 50%. And today's forecast is bright and sunny. Now I'm going to send it over to Jake for the pregame.
Thank you, Brian. Conditions here on the field, as he just mentioned, it's a little bit windy. These teams have met before in playoff action. Last time these two teams met was in 2018. Sterling was victorious in that game. Before then, it was in 2010, where Sterling went to Middle Township and lost. by a score of 2-0. Middle Township is 7-9-1 on the year. Sterling is 9-7 on the year, and Middle Township doesn't have great stats on the road. They're 2-5-1, so we'll see how that plays in Sterling's favor here today. And now I'm going to send it back over to the guys in the booth.
Thank you very much, Jake. Appreciate it as always. But we are ready here for some playoff soccer. We'll look at the Colonial Liberty standings. West Deptford leading the way at 14-2-2, followed by Haddon Heights at 12-4-1. Then it's Haddonfield at 8-9-1, Sterling at 9-7, Haddon Township at 5-10-2, and Collingswood at the very bottom at 4-12. And we'll look at the Cape Atlantic National standings. Cedar Creek leading the way at 14-0-3, Mainland at 11-5-1, Middle Township at 7-9-1, as Jake said, Oakrest at 8-10, Bridgeton at 9-9, and at the very bottom is Pleasantville at 4-11-1. And look at the Sterling stats. Quentin Rosano leading the way for the Knights with 12 points, 5 goals, 2 assists. Then it's Rob Toomey, 11 points, 2 goals, 7 assists. Camardo, 11 points, 5 goals, 1 assist. And we have Bright John, Connor Maynor, Anthony Ortiz, and Wesley Reich rounding out that Sterling stats list you see on your screen. And the Middle Township stats leaders, it's Tommy Shagrin at the top with 15 points, 5 goals, 5 assists. Eddie Hirsch, 13 points, 6 goals, 1 assist. Lewis Matthews had 12 points, 4 goals, 4 assists. And then Kyle Pettit, Candido, Jastrzemski, and Lopez rounding out that list for Middle Township. And it's great to be here for a beautiful afternoon of boys soccer. The 6-seed Sterling Knights taking on the 11-seed Middle Township Bulldogs. The winner of this game will move on to face either Cedar Creek or Pleasantville. And that game is scheduled for this Saturday, October 28th. Glad you're with us. I'm Brian McLaren, joined by Dan Lincoln and Connor Strauss. And hopefully this is a good start to a hopefully successful playoff run for these boys.
And it definitely should. I mean, I think it was really powerful listening to Coach Marley's talk on the coaches' talk, talking about how people thought this would be a rebuild year, how they thought that the boys would decline, and now they're hosting a playoff game. And I think that's super powerful for the program. I think it's super powerful for the kids here. A lot of the young kids for the team have stepped up a lot. Wesley Wright, Connor Maynor, Carson Wiley, they've done great jobs. So I think that's been a big part of their success this season.
Yeah, I think it's been a big part of their success, and I think just the coaching and the winning culture that Coach Marley's has brought to this program is really impressive to see. It feels like every year they're competitive. No matter what their roster looks like, it's very impressive to see how competitive this team is.
Yeah, they had a couple losses last year, losing a lot of seniors, but pretty much looking like a new program here, but pretty much same old stuff. Coming back to the playoffs and coming in as a number 6 seed. As we're going to introduce some of our players.
Messi. Rob Toomey, senior, midfield, Laurel Springs.
Brett Bellows, senior, forward, Summerdale.
Sean Kerrigan, senior, defender, Blackwood.
Anthony Garcia, senior, defender, Lindenwold.
John Goebel, senior, midfield, Glendora.
Jack Sheehan, senior, midfield, Laurel Springs.
Maynard Reyes, senior, midfielder, Stratford.
Travis Schmid, junior, goalie, Laurel Springs, New Jersey.
Quentin Rosano, junior, striker at Stratford.
Bright John, junior, defender, Stratford.
Dean Collins, junior, defender, Stratford.
Max Bleem, junior, defender, Laurel Springs.
Jesus Blanco, junior, midfield, Stratford, New Jersey.
Jace Camardo, junior, midfielder, Stratford, New Jersey.
Anthony Ortiz Torcia, junior, defender, Stratford.
Wesley Reich, freshman, forward, Summerdale.
Carson Wiley, freshman, center mid, Summerdale.
Ethan Weitzel, freshman, attacker, Magnolia, New Jersey. Connor Maynor, freshman, forward, Stratford.
So that was the introduction to some of our players, and as we were talking about this Sterling team, they started off 2-3 on the year, They defeated Audubon and Gateway to start the season, 4-0 and 3-0 respectively, but lost 3 straight. But then after that, they pretty much started to find their winning ways. I mean, for the regular season, Sterling winning 5 of their last 7 games. So, starting hot entering this playoffs.
Yeah, starting hot, and I think it's really impressive. They were able to knock off West Efford and Haddonfield at home. So this team, even though they are the 6th seed, they can beat anyone, and they're still hosting a playoff game. They really can knock off anyone. They have a lot of talent.
And not only do they have a lot of talent, they have a lot of down. If they're down
here at the Castle Mill. Again, Sterling looking to start it off strong in this play. Seed in these playoffs, taking on the 11 seed Middle Township. And it's Toomey working on the far side. He'll switch fields. Here's Camardo working with it. And now here's Dean Collins working on the near side. Met by 2 defenders. Nice pass to Ethan Weitzel, trying to send it up, but taken away by the defense and cleared out of play. It'll be a Middle Township throw-in. Throw-in for Del Conte Jr. It was Quint Brazano coming right up on top. Skied in the air, goes off the head of Toomey. Here's Blanco. Sends it upfield for Weitzel, but taken away. Now Blanco skies it downfield. And that'll go out of play toward the near corner. Looks to be a throw-in, a very long one for Rob Toomey. We've seen this year his throw-ins are kind of like corner kicks.
Yeah, he has a really strong arm, and it really helps every set piece off of a throw and feel like a corner kick.
That one cleared out of play as Middle Township was able to defend it nicely.
Looking for Quentin Rosano there. They played him super nice, and a really nice block shot off of the shot from Ethan Weitzel.
Rob Toomey will try it again. Here's the throw-in, just goes right to Camardo. Camardo trying to cross toward the middle, and a nice job by Middle Township's defense to get there. That's 13, Josiel Lopez with open field, trying to send it up for Shagrin, but to no avail, and it goes out of play.
Smart defensive play there by Max Bleem off of the turnover, making sure that they couldn't send one up and cause a potential shot towards Travis Schmidt.
So here's Middle Township with it. Here's some open space. There's number 2, Lucas Matthews with it. Del Conte Jr. crosses it over. Skied up in the air. Schmidt coming out of the net, and he'll fall right on top of it. Take a look at the replay.
And a nice crosser. It was a good opportunity there for Middle Township, but just got an awkward angle on the shot, and Travis Schmidt made the collection.
Skied out towards midfield, takes a couple bounces. Middle Township will take over, and it's eventually the keeper, Miles Stafford, who scoops it on up. He's got 144 saves in 17 games played. Not a very strong kick, as it will just bounce right back to him.
And those stats are pretty impressive for a sophomore goalie. He's had a pretty good year.
And again, as Jay talked about, this Middle Township team nowhere near as good on the road as they are at home. They're 5-4 at home, 2-5-1 on the road.
And I think that's a huge advantage for Sterling, because Sterling, when you look here, is 6-3 at home. So I think having that home field advantage does help them a lot when it comes to their games. And I guess Middle Township can play as well on the road.
Yeah, Middle Township is pretty far from Sterling, so they had a little bit of a drive to get here. So for Sterling, you kind of want to get out to an early jump. You kind of want to get the first goal, and you want to get it quick, kind of set the tone here against Middle Township.
Sterling with possession. They'll send it toward the near side. Here's Collins with it. Collins has some space. He'll send it upfield. And a great pass downfield for Connor Maynor. Maynor with a one-on-one race. Trying to stay with it. Eventually taken away. And now some space for Lucas Matthews. And some physical contact. Nothing called quite yet. A great move. Still stays in play. Rosano comes for it. Finds Blanco. Blanco skies it out towards the middle of the field. Nobody there for Sterling as Stafford will let it settle and pick it up. Great boot that time by Stafford. Went off the head of Toomey. Being juggled in the air. Blanco ends up with it. Passes it back to Toomey, trying to stay with it with two defenders, but Middle Township takes it away, just trying to get some space, and it's eventually cleared downfield. Goes off the head of Collins, takes a bounce for Max Bleem. Bleem with some space around midfield, trying to send it up to Toomey. Toomey collects it, gets it stolen away. Skied high by Bleem.
Yeah, and Sterling's had the ball in Middle Township's zone a lot, but they haven't really gotten any quality opportunities so far. They've just kind of been taking shots and hoping that one connects, but they haven't really gotten a high-quality opportunity to this point.
And I think that's a good part of Middle Township's defense. They've done a great job of limiting Sterling around the box and just playing more of an outside game, because you can take those shots from outside the box. But when it gets inside, it's a lot more dangerous for Stafford to save.
Matthew Stafford?
Right.
Oh, Matthew Strader.
We love Matthew Strader.
We apologize.
Jake doesn't like Matthew Strader.
Chance here for Middle Township, but that crosser a bit too strong. Goes right into the arms of Travis Schmidt. Take a look at it right there. I mean, we cannot get enough of Travis Schmidt. 105 saves in 14 games played. Stepping up as a junior. He has been terrific this season for the Knights.
And he's a huge X factor for the Knights. When he's on, he's on. And he's like a brick wall in net.
So here is Bleem with some space. He'll pass it back to Collins. Collins, plenty to work with right here. He'll send it upfield off his left foot. Nice pass to Maynor. Maynor skies it over the keeper, and it's in. The shot is good for Connor Maynor. And the Knights take a 1-0 lead.
What a great ball there from Connor Maynor. It looks like the goalie, he kind of thought about it. It looked like he was going to try and get to that ball, and then he second-guessed himself and tried to get back in the net and wasn't able to get it in time. Great chip there from Connor Maynor to just get it over the goalie's head.
And I turned to my right and looked at Strauss there with a surprised expression on my face. As a really impressive chip over the goalie. That's not an easy shot to make, especially for a freshman, and now we got a 1-0 game.
Elite ball placement at its finest. So with just over 7 minutes into this game, Sterling with a 1-0 lead. And as you guys were talking about, it's all about striking first here in the playoffs, and Sterling did just that.
Yeah, and Strauss used the word setting the tone, and I think that's a really, really good example of, not even for this game, but for the playoffs itself. Where you keep going, it's a good, good just start to the playoffs. It's a nice fresh start for the Knights.
So now Middle Township trying to play from behind and answer back. The goal by Connor Maynor, his third on the season. Now Sterling right back on the attack. Here's Blanco, passes it back to Camardo.
Someone's shin pad fell out at the manager's table.
Here's Rosano, who finds Blanco. Blanco trying to get some space, a one-on-one race. Able to stay with it and pass it back to Camardo.
Sterling's done a great job of being persistent on the ball. If Middle Township's defense tries to make a play, they stick with it as much as they can.
So here is Stafford. Ready to boot it, and he does. A nice boot out towards the near side. Camardo comes up with it.
Kid needs his shin guard back, guys.
Crosser over the middle. Camardo gets it back. Then sent up out towards midfield. Ortiz was trying to set something up but could not. That's sent upfield for the speedy Shagrin. Nice job by John and Ortiz to get there defensively. Booted away. Goes off the head of Del Conte. Sterling's trying to keep it in play. Crosser toward the middle, but taken away by Candido. Now here's Camardo with it. Camardo, nice find to Rosano. Rosano trying to send it up for Maynard. Took a bit of a collision there, but stayed up on his feet. Now sent downfield off the head of Ortiz. Middle Township takes over. Nice move by Shagrin. Was trying to send it up for Candido, but cut off by Sterling. Candido staying with it. Here's a long shot, and Schmid plays it on a bounce.
And, you know, taking a look at the roster sheet here, there aren't many seniors on this team. As what I was counting, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's about it. They have 4 seniors on this Middle Township team. So that's something to think about the youth of Middle Township, that there is not many seniors, and they're going to be a really solid program for a while.
Yeah, they're going to be a solid program, and they play a lot of good competition. Obviously, they're in a division with Cedar Creek and Mainland, 2 very good teams. So they play a lot of good competition, and for a young team, that's good to have so that you know how to play in big games.
And Strauss, speaking of Cedar Creek, the winner of this game will move on to play either Cedar Creek or Pleasantville, most likely this Saturday, October 28th.
And if Sterling wins, it'll be at Cedar Creek, or if Pleasantville wins, it'll be here versus Pleasantville.
Cedar Creek's a drive.
Cedar Creek is a drive. A drive, but not a long one.
I guess we'll have to make it if we want to cover it. I guess I know who won't be driving all of us down there.
No.
And the next TV game will be Thursday. It'll be boys football. Well, football. And it'll be against Maple Shade starting at 6 o'clock here at the Castle.
Should be a good game.
There was originally that was originally also the day of the girls starting their playoff run, but they got a bye. So they will play, I believe, next Monday.
Correct.
So a 1-0 Sterling lead, thanks to a goal by Connor Maynor, 11.5 into this first half. Middle Township looking to respond. Here's a cross toward the middle. Nobody there for Middle Township, cut off by Ortiz.
If you're Sterling, you can't let up just because you got that goal. You want to keep the offensive pressure going and try and get that second goal, kind of get some padding on this lead. It's still very early in this game, but Sterling's defense has been phenomenal all season, mostly due to Schmid. So you're glad that you got that goal early.
And as we're seeing on the screen here, it will be Monday, October 30th. It'll be the Lady Knights, the #1 seed, going against either West Deptford or Collingswood.
Crosser toward the middle. And again, nobody there for Middle Township. Just a bit too hard. Now here's Toomey with it, working on the far side. Sends it up the field. Looking for Maynor, but couldn't find him. Middle Township just trying to get something going here offensively. Working with it here on the near side. Some great passing here by this Middle Township offense. Bit of a fall, and eventually cleared out of play.
And that's a way that was a great job by Jason Camardo to come back and play defense. I mean, Middle Township had really good ball movement, moving it up, and he came and helped and played really good defense against Lucas Matthews. So that was super impressive.
Takes a bounce there after the throw-in. Blanco with it, working against a few defenders, passes it back to Collins, and Collins boots it away nicely off the left foot. Was trying to find Maynard downfield, but a bit too strong. And it'll be Stafford who scoops it up. Again, glad you're with us here on Channel 19. Sterling with a 1-0 lead against Middle Township. I'm Brian McLernan, joined by Dan Legan and Connor Strauss. Also had Jake Clark on here for the pregame.
very beautiful afternoon today.
Oh yeah, the weather is almost pitch perfect.
It was a little hot when we first walked out, but it's kind of cooled down a bit.
Yeah, the breeze feels very nice.
We've had great weather all week. Doesn't feel like fall though. I wish it was a little bit colder.
We Rob Toomey with the throw-in. Throw-in from the far side. Very strong throw-in once again by Toomey. Middle Township does clear it out for now. There's Blanco working with it on the far side against two defenders. Passes it back to Bright John. John sending it up for Maynor. Middle Township is trying to send it up. Nice block by Maynor.
Watch your hands.
Here's Blanco. Sends it up, trying to cross it, but could not. Middle Township able to meet it. Sent upfield by Matthews. Off the head of Collins. Now here's Camardo. Sends it up. Nice pass to Rosano. Back towards Bleem. Middle Township able to keep the ball in play just over 15 minutes into this first half. And it was the goal by Connor Maynor just over 7 minutes in that gave Sterling their 1-0 lead. Middle Township with it at midfield. Low cross over toward the near side. Plenty of space. Nice block there by Camardo. Some one-on-one, and it's getting physical, and we'll get our first whistle.
So pretty clear foul there. Good call by the official.
A lot of good physical work between David Del Conte Jr. and Jason Camardo, though. It was a good fight for the ball by both of those players.
So that one crossed toward the far side. Plenty of space for Middle Township to work. We'll see if they can get a shot on goal. Haven't had many in this first half. Sent up the field, and Schmid will come in and roll it out to Collins. The long pass was intended for Lucas Matthews, who's gotten a lot of the downfield looks in this first half to this point. So we'll take a look at it.
Some substitutions coming in here for the Knights. So we have Wesley Reich, Sean Kerrigan, and that'll be Jack Sheehan coming in for the Knights. And for Middle Township, it will be number 25, Philip Woodrow.
It'll be Woodrow to throw it in. We'll resume play after the substitutions. Now here's Blanco. Blanco trying to send it up for Maynor. Pass a bit too weak. Sent downfield.
Sent it up for Quentin Rosano there.
Bright John with it. Nice find to Sean Kerrigan. Getting his first action here today. Crosser toward the middle, a nice pass, but they'll might be an offsides on Wesley Reich.
Yeah, it was offsides, but just barely offsides there.
It was a really good hustle from Sean Kerrigan, and honestly a really nice pass. It found Wesley Reich. It just led him a little bit, but unfortunately it was offsides.
First time we've seen an offsides call this afternoon. That one just passed back to Schmid. Schmid, no pressure on him, and gets it to Collins. Here's Reich with it. Had to stop and now go. Reich with some nice speed. Looking to try and cross it toward the middle. He does. Was looking for Rosano. Rosano can't stay with it. Nice defense there by Borodin.
Good tackle there from number 17 for Sterling. Max Bleem got all ball.
Almost at the halfway point here in this first half as Miles Stafford will scoop it up. 1-0 Sterling. Connor Maynor with the lone goal. Happened at 7 minutes, 8 seconds. Bit of a fall there, but Middle Township able to keep it in play. Now here's Rosano, pass back to Blanco. Blanco gets it taken away, but Camardo will send it up to Rosano. Rosano trying to play it on a bounce, but instead he'll pass back to Bleem as he felt the pressure on him. Scott in the air, here's Rosano. Rosano with a nice move. Trying to send it over to Kerrigan. Kerrigan gets it stripped away. And we'll get a whistle here. All right, so now at the halfway point, unofficially, of course. That one's skied away by Borodin. Takes a bounce. And it's going to be a whistle against Sterling. Going to give it to Hansy there. Our next TV game is this Thursday as football will take on Maple Shade. That'll be at 6 o'clock. That's their final game this year. And unfortunately, the football team, after getting a 19-0 win to start the year, just couldn't really get much going afterwards.
Yeah, but they get one last shot at it against Middle Township, which should be a good game, and I think Sterling could win that one.
They're playing Maple Shade.
Or Maple Shade, sorry, I'm thinking.
And it was also unfortunate with some of the injuries throughout the season. I mean, one of their star players, Nico Jaleen, was out for a while with a head injury, and a few other players as well. Kenny McArdle's been out for a while, so it was unfortunate with a lot of those injuries.
You want to know what's really funny, Dan? Nico Jaleen is sitting right next to me, right meow.
What?
No way.
Oh, my goodness.
That's insane, I know. He's so cute.
So cute and
I just
cuddly.
want to pinch his cheeks.
He is a cutie.
Gives us the double thumbs up.
Back to soccer.
Back to Nico.
Nice pass downfield looking for Reich.
I gotta say, I love announcing with you guys.
I do too, Strauss. It's always a pleasure.
It's a pleasure to announce with Brian. Strauss are different. Hey,
hey, guys.
Hey, we're on air. Thanks to
Ben's
Ben
camera.
for that is Ben's camera.
Ben likes playing the train game.
The what?
The train game.
The train game.
The train.
Oh, we have things to tell you, Brian.
Okay.
It's my favorite game.
Maybe we'll wait till halftime. Nice crossover toward the middle and no good there. And we'll get a couple substitutions for Middle Township, and I'll let you take over, Dan.
Yes, number 7, Alex Avila is coming in, and number 20, Kyle Pettit.
Stafford boots it away on a line. Again, whoever wins this will move on to play either Cedar Creek or Pleasantville. If Sterling wins, they will head to Cedar Creek, as Cedar Creek is the higher seed at the 3 seed. But if Pleasantville wins, Sterling will host that game against Pleasantville, as Pleasantville is the number 14 seed. Remember, Sterling is the number 6 seed this afternoon, taking on the 11 seed Middle Township. Goes out of play on the far side. Throw in for Middle Township. Here's Rosano. Takes a weird bounce. That one's skied high. was looking for Kerrigan. Can Kerrigan keep it in play? He cannot. It goes out. And Sterling will have a couple substitutions.
Yeah, it looks like Robbie Toomey and Connor Maynor are going to come back on here, and we will also get to see Ethan Weitzel.
You can follow us on Twitter or X at Sterling TV 19. Find out whenever we go live again. Also, a bunch of highlights of all the sporting events and live updates going on around the castle. Again, you can find all that and more when you follow us on Twitter at Sterling TV 19.
And now we're going to welcome onto the broadcast football player Nico Jaleen.
Hey, Dan.
Hey, Nico.
Hey, Brian.
How's it going?
It's going.
You enjoying this game so far?
Yeah.
That's great.
As the Thursday football versus Maple Shade graphic comes up.
That one sent downfield. Nice job by Ortiz to cut things off. Nico, I have a big question for you. How was it being in the superfan section for the girls' soccer game on Saturday?
It was really fun. We really got into the game. I think we had a lot to play with getting an Eastern's head. But
oh, I bet. Especially with those corner kicks.
Yeah. We were getting pretty rowdy. I had a lot of fun when the one girl did the flip, tried taunting us. I don't know if they got it on video. At the game I did my cartwheel.
We did get that.
Not as good, but better because we won.
It was actually better in general. Yeah, that game was a ton of fun to be around the super fans. I mean, everyone was pretty hype for, even a game that was away. It was very, very impressive to see the crowd that turned up.
Yeah, we had a lot of kids. We were there early. We were like 2 hours early, just tailgating, playing some games, and then when the bus pulled up late, so we were able to go meet the girls as they got off the bus. So that was fun.
Here's Rosano working with it, taken away by Kiker. A little over 26 minutes into this first half. The next TV girls soccer game, they'll start their playoff run this Monday, October 30th. They're the number 1 seed. They'll face either the number 8 West Deptford or the number 9 Collingswood.
We have a substitution for the Knights. Number 11, Maynor Reyes, the senior midfielder, will be coming on for Jesus Blanco.
Sent up. Here's Bright John working with it. Makes a nice move. Felt a bit of contact. Was trying to plead his case, but to no avail. Collins sends it over to Weitzel. Goes back to Ortiz. Ortiz on a line. Out to Maynor. Crosser to Maynor Reyes. Gets it taken away. Getting a little handsy, and there'll be a whistle.
Getting a little handsy there. Maynor Reyes wasn't very happy with the call. Didn't plead his case or anything. Just kind of hit him. Aww. Aww. As there's the bell for Sterling to come out. Their day is over.
Their day is Jover.
It's Jover.
So here is Camardo. Sends it up, goes past Rosano, a bit too strong. Hardin sends it up, and it goes out of play. A little over 28 minutes into this first half. Sterling with a 1-0 lead over Middle Township. Here's Collins with some space. Sends it upfield. Bit too strong, I believe, looking for either Maynor or Rosano, but Stafford scoops it up easily.
And this game has been a very familiar game from what we've seen a lot of what Sterling does. They play a lot of a midfield game. They try and work their way in the midfield and kind of just hit it towards the attacking area, as that's an offsides called on Kyle Pettit. But Sterling really does work in their midfield a lot better than they do in any other area. And they're really just trying to generate their offense by starting at the midfield, which is a really good strategy for this team.
And what you might notice if you've been watching a lot of our other broadcasts for both boys and girls soccer, there's no drone today. We're not using the drone. Unfortunately, the South Jersey Athletic Association does not let us use drones for playoff games. So unfortunately, we cannot use it today, but we'll work with what we do have.
Rest in peace, the boy.
He'll be back. Good sliding attempt at Bleem, but now here's some space. That ball sent way downfield for Pettit. But Ortiz able to get there easily, sends it up for John, but a bit too far out of his reach, so it goes out of play. Crosser toward the middle, and Schmid will get there. And the time that Schmid has had to do some things to hold this to a 1-0 game, it's been very far between. He hasn't had to do too much work in this first half, mainly due to how far a lot of these shots are coming out from Middle Township, not able to really get inside the 18 at all. So here's Pettit with it, trying to cross it over, but Collins blocks it. Weitzel sends it up, but nobody there for Sterling. Closest player was Connor Maynor. Now here's Maynor Reyes. Sliding pass, finds Camardo. Here's Toomey with space. Long pass looking for Rosano. Nothing there. Sent back the other way.
And I think Middle Township has done a really good job of limiting the long passes. I mean, there have been a couple times where Jason Camardo or Robbie Toomey tries to stretch pass it up towards Rosano or Maynor, and the Middle Township defensive line has done a good job of intercepting it and causing a turnover.
I mean, overall, a very good defensive battle. Really, the only deciding factor is Maynor sending it past the keeper, Stafford, who just misjudged the ball.
Yeah, the freshman tallied up his 3rd goal of the season. Before that, he had 2 goals, 2 assists, and 6 points. But now he has 3 goals, 2 assists, and 7 points.
Sent upfield. Here's Collins with it. He's got some space. About 32 minutes into this first half. For Ortiz, it gets by him. Some contact there, nothing called. Now sent up for Pettit, but nobody there. He couldn't, just a bit too strong, and eventually cleared out of play.
That was really good pressure from Middle Township, as we're going to get a few substitutions here. Looks like David Del Conte Jr. and Lucas Matthews coming in for Middle Township.
You can follow us on YouTube at Sterling TV 19, where we hold all of our live streams of all of our sporting events, as well as our coaches' shows, fun commercials and PSAs, and much more. And you can find that when you subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Make sure you subscribe and turn on the bell icon to get notified when we are live.
Sent out towards midfield, takes a couple of bounces for Maynor. Here's John with it. Sends it to Reyes. Reyes gets it taken away. Pass cut off by Collins. Reyes trying to keep it in. He does, surprisingly.
Very impressive play there from Maynor Reyes.
Rosano, nice pass back to Bleem. Bleem sends it downfield. A great pass. Chance here for Toomey to get to it, but he cannot. As Miles Stafford able to get there.
And as we mentioned before, Miles Stafford with a really good sophomore season. He did 144 saves in 17 games played. And it looked like he only allowed 30 goals in the season, which isn't bad for a sophomore goalie.
One-on-one here with Camardo. Bit of a collision. And a cross. And Schmid can't get it. Able to get back in net quickly, however, as Collins kicks it out.
Very dangerous crosser there from Middle Township. Travis Schmid missing the punch. That could have been dangerous if they just tapped it in the back of the net.
From behind.
Chance here for Middle Township to finally answer. Here's a cross. Bit too strong, juggled by Toomey. Kicked around. Sterling needs to clear it here. They do. Now here's Rosano. Rosano sends it up for Maynor. Let him a bit too strong. Now here's Middle Township with some space. Borodin with a nice find to Woodrow. Woodrow sends it up. Here's Avila, nice find over to Pettit. Crosser toward the middle. Ortiz able to cut it off. Collins sends it up for Camardo. Camardo with a long pass downfield to Maynor. That one goes out. Starting to get a little bit of an audience here as the classes dismiss.
Platoon substitution coming in here for the Knights. Looks like Brett Bellows and Wesley Reich will be coming in for the attack. Carson Wiley and Jesus Blanco coming in for the midfield. As you can follow us on Instagram at Sterling TV 19, where you can see a bunch of videos about the games. You can see a bunch of pictures of us. You also see the stuff that live events that happen in school. So follow us on Instagram, Sterling TV 19.
For a second, I thought Mr. K was trying to cut you off, but a great job to segue into that promo, Dan.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I thought he was too, so I had to wrap that up quickly.
Sent up by Carson Wiley. And it just got through the legs of Reich, as Reich did have a chance at scoring that. But a nice job by Stafford to get there.
A nice little chip over the defenders as we're looking at the replay here. Wesley Reich had an opportunity to tap it, just didn't get enough of it.
Toomey with a nice shot. A line drive bullet, but it goes off the hands of Stafford and eventually skied out of play. Took a look right there. Bullet off the hands.
So we're going to see it again here in a different angle. A really nice shot, but also a really good save from Stafford to compose himself and make the right decision. It looks like Rob Toomey's getting a yellow card, as he'll get subbed out for Jack Sheehan.
Do you know what that could be for? Because I'm not really sure.
I'm not really sure either.
Very interesting.
Looks like I'm talking over with the defender right now.
Yeah, it looks to be Joe Borodin who he's talking it over with. As Borodin walks away. Seemed to clear things up, and we'll resume play. Again, not sure what it was about. Hopefully we can get some clarification later. Booted away by Stafford. About 2 minutes remaining here in this first half. And we'll get a whistle. Take a look at it right here.
And yeah, you're just going to get called for that every time. There's an early slide from the defender. Just tripped over Jack Sheehan there.
So Ortiz boots it away. Wow, that one carried. Good chance for Reich, and it just misses, goes off the pole.
Oh.
That's really unfortunate for Reich. He looked very frustrated after that. He's had a couple chances to score this afternoon, but really just hasn't been able to put it through.
And here's, oh, that is not the replay. Wesley Reich right off the post, some very unfortunate shot, very unlucky for him there.
So a little over a minute to go.
I think that's an unofficial time.
Well, I heard the ref say 1:25.
My bad.
So
then it is not.
Still a little time for Middle Township to try and answer, but here with a chance. A crosser that's blocked by Collins. He'll try it again, but gets it taken away. Long crosser cut off by Carson Wiley.
Play.
Most likely the final chance in the half. A crosser, nice job by Ortiz to get there. Sterling just trying to clear it. Here's Collins with a nice move. And Collins falls down, and he seems to be in pain.
I'm looking right here, okay?
Yeah, it seemed like he's not very happy. Oh, stepped right on his toe.
They're not talking to you like that. They're not.
As Coach Marley's is going to address the ref.
Okay, do you know what the rule is? Stop it! Back off! You got the call! He's hurt, come on in! Sir, he's fine, dude. He got stepped on. Guys, it's all good.
Bit of a
chat with the ref there.
I would say more than a chat.
We'll keep it to a chat.
Put your hands up, coach. Yo.
And I usually don't like to be. I don't usually like to give my usual opinion. What a weird noise that was.
I think that was the ref. The ref.
Really close to the crowd mic.
Yeah.
That goes out of play. And I usually don't like to give my opinion, and we apologize if the crowd mic picked up any language that should not be heard over the air, but I believe the referee was upset with him saying that word. But here's a chance here for Wesley Reich, and can't get it by the keeper Stafford. Reich will try again. Here's a shot, and way too strong.
And I don't want to give my opinion either, but, and that will sound the hat, but I don't want to give my opinion either, but that's a lot of pain. Getting cleat right in the toe does not feel good.
And the ref was not having that. I mean, he thought that the words were directed at him and not there because of the pain. But that will conclude this first half. Sterling with a 1-0 lead thanks to the goal by Connor Maynor. We'll have second half action coming up right after this.
Sterling High offers TV and radio classes for electives. Sterling is also fortunate enough to have both TV and radio programs. In these programs, students will learn to design, direct, produce, and edit television and radio broadcasts. Students develop their public speaking, journalism, management, and technical skills by appearing on the Sterling Morning News on Channel 19 and on our radio station, WSHS. Students produce, edit, and deliver school programming, including athletic events, activity, productions, and community events. If a major in communications is in your possible future, Sterling High School offers opportunities not available in most high schools across South Jersey. Make sure you take a TV or radio class elective today.
I guess one time isn't gonna kill me.
It's totally safe. We do this all the time.
There's no way these drugs are laced, right?
Trust me, you're gonna be fine.
I just need to forget everything.
It'll be fun.
A lethal dose of fentanyl is just 4 grains of sand and can hide in any drug. So no matter what you and your friends think, what you can't see will kill you. Don't die to get high. Fentanyl is fatal. Get the whole truth at CamdenCounty.com/fentanyl.
Dude, you trying to win some big money tonight? Yeah, they don't call me Johnny Wiggles for nothing. Man, you better not sell me. I had a bad couple of weeks, but I need this money. Let's go win. Have you ever been here before? Yeah, I have. Dude, this looks amazing. Yes, it does.
Welcome to Nightlife Casino. I'm Ricky, your dealer for tonight. We'll be starting shortly.
Let's have a good night.
The game is blackjack.
I'm feeling a little frisky. Let's go 200. Already? It's the first game. Nah, I'm playing it safe.
Round 1 is over. Sir, we've tied. Sir, you've lost. The next round will start in 10 seconds.
What are you doing? I'm doing what's right. I'm going all in. You're nuts? That's all your allowance. That's all your money. You're gonna go bankrupt. Told ya.
Man, I really like talking to you.
I want you to hit me as hard as you can.
What? Hit me. Why?
Because. Are you gonna hit me or not?
No.
Wrong answer.
This is so stupid.
That's more like it.
I never said you could hit me.
What is that guy fighting?
What's your name? Never call. Tyler. Are you from Fight Club? Shh. Remember the first rule.
Would you check your email?
What's email?
The thing that keeps making that sound! Now I know why you didn't join me for the Fires game! Open it now! 1,700 emails!
Maybe you should open your emails too.
You think so?
Guys, put your IDs on.
Braden, headphones. Gotta come out.
No.
Come on, man.
Yo, Braden, you know you're not supposed to have your jacket on, man. Come on, take it off. Put it in your locker. No, I'm okay.
Stop. You have your jacket on, AirPods in, and no ID. Go to internal.
You too, Lou.
Yep.
Where's your ID?
Wait a minute. Put that hood down.
You're late. Put your hood down.
Where's your ID?
And you have your backpack on.
Have a great day, guys. Have a great day. Thanks for being so kind. Have a great day, guys.
He's so nice! Oh my gosh, it's so annoying. You're trash! I'm gonna have to take matters into my own hands. There it is! My God! Holy moly! Magnum! It's beautiful.
Moral of the story, always be nice.
Now, everybody, welcome back to Sterling Channel 19. We are ready for some second half action here at the Castle as the Sterling Silver Knights lead the Middle Township Panthers 1-0. And we'll take a look at the goal scored by Connor Maynor.
And honestly, just an amazing touch from Connor Maynor. I mean, just a nice little chip shot over Stafford. He couldn't do much about it. It was a really well-placed ball, and that gives Sterling their 1-0 advantage going into half. A much-needed 1-0 advantage because this game has been a defensive battle all around.
Yeah, I mean, besides that, both defenses have looked very strong up to this point. Getting very physical as well.
Sorry, Brian. And Middle Township has really done a really good job of stopping Sterling's long balls. When the midfielder tries to send it up for the attacker, they've done a great job of stopping it and forcing a turnover coming back the other way. Unfortunately, they haven't been able to capitalize yet on some of those turnovers. But our next TV soccer game will be Saturday, October 28th. We do not know the opponent yet, but if Sterling wins, it'll be Sterling at Cedar Creek if Cedar Creek advances, or it'll be Sterling versus Pleasantville here at the Castle, live on Channel 19 and live on YouTube. And our next TV game will be Thursday, October 27th. It'll be football, 6 p.m. Sterling versus Maple Shade here at the Castle as our football manager, Callie Winters, starts cheering beside us. That'll also be live on Channel 19 and live on YouTube. And we are sitting with one of the players right now, Nico Jaline. And our next TV girls soccer game will be Monday, October 30th. Girls soccer at 2 p.m. It'll either be Sterling against West Deptford or Collingswood. Both will be played here at the Castle, live on Channel 19 and live on YouTube.
Great job, Dan. I'm proud of you, bud.
Thank you. Well, I was talking, and then I knew I could segue it, and then it didn't stop. And I had to do it. I had to do all of them. I'm sorry, Brad.
It's fine. I'm not mad about it. I'm happy for you.
All my fellas.
Oh, and take a look there. You see we got a little new logo there on the grass at midfield. It looks So splendid.
I wonder what letter that is.
To be honest, at first when I saw it from like this angle, I had no clue what it was.
Yeah, I really couldn't tell from where we're sitting right now, but it is an S.
For Sterling.
So we just talked about the football game against Maple Shade. We're sitting with Nico Jaleen. Nico, what are your thoughts about the game?
You know, both teams, tough season. I think coming in, it's really just about heart at this point. You know, if our guys have the heart and they put in the effort, I think we can win this game. But it is going to come down to whoever wants it more. I think skill-wise, we're pretty even.
That's some inside analysis from Nico Jaleen.
He's on air for the first time.
Yeah. Good job, Nico.
Thank you.
So Sterling starts with possession here in the second half, leading this one 1-0. Again, if they are able to pull out the win, they'll take on either the 3-seed Cedar Creek or the 14-seed Pleasantville. If they face Cedar Creek, it'll be at Cedar Creek, but if they play Pleasantville, it'll be here at the Castle. Most likely scheduled for this Saturday, October 28th. That's sent up field for Manor. Manor with a chance, but eventually cleared away. That one sent up for Camardo. Here's Manor with it, heading toward the corner.
That was some really good defense from Joe Barodin there, containing Maynard towards the outside and making sure he couldn't make a cross into the middle. And when he did that, it forced him out of bounds. Now, Middle Township gets a much-needed goal kick after the first kick. So we're going to see the replay of the original shot from Connor Maynard. Kind of ran into Stafford there, but both got up quickly and continued play.
So that one skied away. Here's Bright John. Finds the defender Candido. Nice behind-the-back pass. That one sent up by Bleen. Goes off the head of a Middle Township defender. Here's some space for Lopez. Lopez makes a move against Camardo. Now here's Camardo with it, trying to find a passing lane, stays in play, but Middle Township able to take it away. That one sent up. Nice job by, I believe that's Kerrigan. Excuse me, Collins.
Dean Collins, yep. It's a little tough to see across the field from where we're sitting. Also, Jeremy Clarkson our way.
Wearing that silly old Hardin jersey.
Ugh. Sixers play their first game tomorrow at 7:30 against the Milwaukee Bucks.
Looking forward to it.
I'm not. I'll be at the Flyers game.
That was sarcastic.
I know.
Sliding play there for Travis Schmidt.
He hasn't had much to do today. A very non-busy day. He's made a few good plays, but overall, a lot of the shots, Sterling's defense has done a good job of containing towards the outside of the box, and he's just had some pretty easy catches to make.
And speaking of Sixers, if any of you go to Sterling, you'll see a Sixers-themed news tomorrow with me and Jake Clark.
Excited.
It's very fun. Ben made a very funny intro. I don't want to spoil it for you because that would take away from some of the fun.
If we can give you a little hint, I'll give you a little hint.
That's a great hint.
Thank you.
Rosano with a crosser toward the middle, a bit too strong for Blanco. Blanco able to stay with it and keep it in play. And eventually scooped up by Stafford. And again, if you are a usual Channel 19 enjoyer, you probably would notice we have not used our drone this afternoon. Unfortunately, the Athletics Association does not let us use the drone for playoff games, so we will not be seeing the boy during either boys or girls playoffs.
That was a good one, Brian.
And the keeper, Stafford, just able to get to it. It was a race between him and Toomey. And already once today, the lone goal by Sterling was when it got past the keeper, Stafford. Here's a crosser that Schmid will handle easily.
I'm sad. The boy gave us some really good replay angles, gave us some good game angles, but rules are rules.
Indeed they are.
So the boy gets cased up for a couple games. I don't think we'll be using him much during winter. I don't think there's many events that are outside.
I was going to say, unless we bring the drone inside for some
cool aerial
for
shots.
some basketball, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know, but it makes a little bit of noise, and I think behind closed doors that'll also be, it'll make even more noise. Like we'll actually be able to hear it and stuff like that.
There's Camardo trying to send it up for Maynard. No avail there. In that play, Camardo took a fall, but is able to get back up. Here's Ortiz. Crosser towards Bright John. Could not get there. Now here's a chance for Middle Township. Nice job by Collins to cut off the passing lane. Skied it up in the air. Goes off the head of a Township player. Now Sterling sends it up.
And that right there was a really nice defensive play by Jason Camardo. Took a really nice angle on the ball handler and made the right play. A big collision there.
Yeah, big whistle.
Between Max Bleen and Candido.
Here's Camardo. Finds Bleen. Pass back to Collins. Trying to find Rosano, but the pass just a bit behind. Now here's Toomey, and we'll get an offsides.
Miles Stafford looking to kick this one away. He's had a pretty good game, other than the one goal that he let in, but has made a lot of good collections, good saves, and it's done a great job for Middle Township between the pipes today.
Yeah, besides letting the ball get past during that one goal, he's looked pretty strong today.
Yeah, let one between the pipes, but, you know, he's done a great job of bouncing back and doing his thing.
But now the real thing that Middle Township will have to do is answer back and tie this thing up at least. And if Sterling is able to take care of business here at home, we'll have a post-game show.
Hosted by me?
Yes, indeed. It'll be hosted by Dan. No Kevin Schules on the premises today. You can follow us on Twitter at SterlingTV19. Find out whenever we go live, as well as live updates of all sporting events. You can find all that and more when you follow us on Twitter or X at SterlingTV19.
And Carson Wiley did come on for Max Bleen during that little promo.
One-on-one here, and it eventually will go out of play. It'll be a Sterling throw-in. Quick throw-in here for Weitzel.
Watch the hands, guys. Watch the hands.
Weitzel with it. Gets tripped up for a second, but stays with it. He's got space and trying to send it over to Collins, but a bit too hard there. And Collins with a sliding play, able to pass it over to Toomey on the far side. Now Toomey gets it taken away. And Toomey with a sliding play, as it'll be cleared.
That will be a corner kick, the first corner kick for the game for either team. I do want to applaud Sterling. They've been very disciplined with their tackles. A lot of these sliding tackles, a lot of teams, they make the mistake of, kind of going for the foot a little bit, but Sterling has gone all ball and has done a really good job of making sure they don't allow a free kick. But they do allow a corner kick here with that clearance.
Here's the corner and a good boot skied in the air. And Schmid will scoop it up. Booted away by Schmid. Juggled around by Maynard. He's working against 2 defenders. One sent up. Nice job by Weitzel to cut it off. A little over 10 minutes into the second half. Sterling with a 1-0 lead. Looking to advance to the quarterfinal round here in these Group 2 playoffs.
Definitely a little bit of contact on the far side there. Kind of bumped them a little bit. But the next TV soccer game will be Saturday, October 28th. If Sterling wins, and they go against Cedar Creek, it'll be at Cedar Creek. And if they win and go against Pleasantville, it'll be here right at the Castle.
Nice boot by Toomey. And it just goes over. I believe it tipped off the hands of Stafford. That was very close.
From our vantage point, I mean, we have a different view from everyone else does, but that looked like it was in for a minute. But Stafford with a nice tip over the crossbar. But that will set up Sterling for a corner kick, which they are very good on. I wish we had a percentage of corner kicks that they've converted, which is probably a lot.
Toomey with the corner, trying to get a head on it, and it's a score for Bright John. And here comes Bright.
He asked me to do this.
Come here!
Bright John is amazing. An absolutely great football player. I love that goal from Bright John. An absolutely amazing finish. Right, I hope to hear about this in 5th block tomorrow. I hyped you up a little bit.
And that's a big goal for Bright John. And he gives a Jason Camardo-esque smooch to the camera.
Mason Tinkham got a Bright John smooch. He told me to get a hype for him if he scored, and I did. But honestly, a really nice corner kick, a great header from Bright John, squeezed right past Stafford's hands, and that's 2-0 Sterling in this second half.
And here he comes.
Oh no, oh no, oh, and here comes, oh, we got the smooch. The smooch from Bright John, an absolute excellent finish.
He gave us a come here and everything. That's great.
Yeah, he's a really, really passionate player. He really loves playing the sport. I talked to him a lot in our class together. And
great presence in the locker room.
Yeah, he's a really funny dude. And the Sterling team's very lucky to have him. He's very multi-talented. He does track in the spring. Super fast. He runs the 4x4. Very nice verticals he showed off there. It's a really nice goal from Bright John.
That's a big one there for the Knights, giving some cushion here for Schmid. About 12 minutes in. Here's a crosser and just a bit too strong for Rosano. But now Toomey with it in the back corner.
And as I mentioned, as Robbie Toomey was walking towards the corner to take that kick, they're really good with the set pieces that they make, and they do really well. As we're going to get another look here, they don't bunch up like they normally do. They actually all run in. And maybe looking for Anthony Ortiz, just missed him, but found Bright John on the far side. Flexes a little bit towards Jason Camardo and then runs towards our camera. That was a really nice corner kick by the Sterling Knights.
Yeah, you were saying, kind of wish we had a little bit of a percentage on our stat sheets because they've converted those corner kicks a lot. Those set pieces really working out for Sterling, both in the regular season now continuing into the playoffs.
Definitely a really good cushion to have now with 13 minutes into this second half unofficially.
So now Middle Township having to play down 2-0, but here's a chance. But nothing there, scooped up by Schmid. And again, Middle Township weaker on the road compared to their home record. They're a 5-4 team at home, but 2-5-1 on the road.
It shows that they have to get adjusted to, different, surfaces, different places. And Sterling, very good at home, 6-3 at home. So they're used to their playing field, and they do a really good job of capitalizing at home.
And for Sterling, they've played on both grass and turf, so they're used to all playing surfaces. So that definitely gives them a good advantage when facing maybe teams on the road. I mean, their away record is 3-4. Here's a chance there for Sterling, but Stafford able to get there. Nice job.
As we see the replay here, a really nice kick, honestly. I think that's by Jesus Blanco, but a really nice catch from Stafford to save one going to the back of the net.
Here's a crosser. And a nice job by Schmid to come out of net and make the grab.
And as I mentioned before, he's had a relatively easy day. I mean, there hasn't been a lot of big opportunities from Middle Township. He's just made the routine save, and he's done a really good job.
Here's Maynard with a pass back to John. Finds Blanco. Blanco sends it up for Toomey. Toomey working against the defender. Makes a nice move. Comes, and that shot goes off the crossbar. Here's the second try. They're saying no goal. Toomey will try again, and then blocked. And for a second, I thought that double tap might have gone in.
We're going to take a replay look at this. This is the great thing about replay. A bit too fast there, if we can slow that down a little bit for the next replay. But that's very unfortunate for the Knights. Those were two very close calls.
Nice job by Schmid to clear it out. Middle Township looking to cut the lead in half. Can't quite get a good shot off, and Schmid will just fall on top.
Sorry, Brian, but so here's Robbie, makes a nice move around the defender. Just hits off the post. That one's not in. And then Ethan Weitzel with another opportunity. Kicks. No, I don't think that's in.
Nope, it was went off the top post. And I think what fooled us was the net shaking. But it was actually Stafford falling back and leaning up against the netting. So, yeah, that's what fooled us there. But the correct call. It's cleared out of play.
We have a few substitutions coming in here for the Knights. Three seniors, Jack Sheehan, Brett Bellows, and Sean Kerrigan coming in, and Wesley Reich and Max Bleem coming in as well. But you can find us on Facebook at Sterling Channel 19, as you can find Coaches Corners, and you can even find that most recent goal from a few different angles, probably posted now by Mr. K, and the first goal scored by Connor Maynard. So follow us on Facebook.
Once again, a terrific promo from the one and only Daniel Leakin.
Thank you, Brian.
Here's Bellows. Sends it for Kerrigan. Crosser toward the middle. Looking for Sheehan. Sheehan still with it. Passes back to Blanco. Now finds Bleem. Bleem with plenty of time to do something. He'll just pass it right over to Blanco, who's got space. Long crosser out to Bellows. Wiley finds Kerrigan. Kerrigan with a chance, trying to corral it. Here's a crosser and scooped up by Stafford.
Intensity from the new guys that just got subbed on, and that's so interesting to see about the Sterling team, is how deep they are on their bench and in their starters. And that was a good offensive push there from the Knights.
So approaching the halfway point here in this second half, very close to it. A 2-0 Sterling Knights lead with a chance to move on to the quarterfinal round, which will be played most likely this Saturday against either Cedar Creek or Pleasantville. If Cedar Creek and Sterling move on, it'll be at Cedar Creek. If it's Sterling and Pleasantville, it'll be here.
definitely a big game, but I think personally no one in this tournament is out of Sterling's reach. I mean, they're a very, very hard-fighting team. They don't stop. I mean, even if they're down in a game, they always find a way to keep pushing and keep going, and I think that's one of the great things about this young squad, is that they don't run out of energy and they keep going and they're very persistent.
So a corner kick for Middle Township as they look for something to spark their offense. Trying to get a shot off. A good clear. Here's the double tap and a nice play by Travis Schmid.
Very smart play to get off his line there. Also a really nice shot. Definitely was going off, but just to get one on net, definitely the right move for Middle Township as we're approaching halfway into this second half.
Definitely good. That definitely will look good for Travis's highlight reel.
Definitely, and he's a highlight reel player. He's a multi-sport athlete. He does soccer as well as you can see him on the basketball court for Coach B in the winter. He's very, very good at both of those sports. Very, very talented kid.
That one's sent up for Reich, and they'll call him offsides. Pretty easy call there.
We can hear Coach Marley's talking to his players on the side here. We saw the coach's corner with him, featuring Jacob Clark at the start of the broadcast.
I'm really liking the new addition of the coach's corner segment.
I do too. Jay Clark does a super, super good job with his questions. And the coaches are super good to talk to. I know from doing the post game a bunch of times. So that was a really good hustle there from Sean Kerrigan there. But yeah, the coach's corner has been a really nice addition to some of the broadcasts.
Yeah, Jake coming up with a lot of great questions. He had me actually read over some of the questions that he was going to ask last night. And he just says, yeah, we were at your house watching a team that I will not name right now.
Nope, go Sixers. Clap your hands, everybody.
And also go Birds.
Go Birds and go Flyers. And go Union. They have a game this Saturday in the playoffs against New England starting at 5 p.m.
Here's a shot, and Schmid is able to get there. Sir Johnny Wiggles is looking forward to that Union game.
Yeah, it was his birthday yesterday.
It was his birthday. Happy 20th birthday to former Channel 19 announcer Johnny Wiggles. Recently saw a former Channel 19 alum, Andrew Kane, last week. Great to see him. One of the first people who greeted me when I joined in my freshman year.
Yeah, me too.
John finds Dean Collins, who able to get it to Max Bleem. About 22 minutes into this second half unofficially. Middle Township here with possession on the far side, looking to cross it over. Nice defense by Ortiz as the cross went out of play.
So we got some substitutions for both teams here. Jason Camardo coming in for the Knights. And that's Kyle Pettit. And Marcos Hortal coming in for Middle Township.
That cough came out of nowhere.
It's okay.
Nico's trying to point at me a cough button in which I don't have on my box.
And now he's laughing.
He's laughing at me because I don't have a cough button.
Womp womp. Stop it, Brian.
I don't like this.
You know we love you.
Me too.
Yeah, those going back to last night, those Phillies, man. Unfortunate way to end the season.
Just could not manufacture any runs, huh?
Let's go back to some soccer. I don't even want to talk about it.
Yeah, probably be the best.
But you know who's not losing? The Sterling Knights.
Indeed. Let's hope it stays that way.
Yahoo!
Middle Township looking to, again, get something going. They've had a few more offensive opportunities here in this second half, just trying to get something in the back of the net.
Yeah, they're putting a little bit more pressure on Travis Schmidt, and once you, kind of load some shots off on him, there's a good chance that eventually the mistake will be made. He'll be right back in this game.
I mean, you might think a 2-0 lead over halfway through in this second half would be perfectly comfortable, but you never know.
No lead's comfortable in any sport, really. There's always a chance that someone can come back.
Chance here for the Knights. It's Skyway. Kind of like when the Phillies blew that 5-2 lead in Arizona, huh?
Okay, all right. Substitutions. We got Robbie Toomey coming in and Ethan Weitzel coming in.
You can subscribe to us on YouTube at Sterling TV 19. Find out whenever we go live, as you can see all of our live streams of all of our sporting events. Again, you can subscribe and hit the bell. Tons of commercials, tons of coaches' corners, and maybe some new stuff on the way. And look, it's the girls' soccer team getting their practice in.
Yeah, girls' soccer team had a big win, and they waved to us. A big win in the Coaches' Cup, beating Eastern in PKs. Jordan Baker scoring the game winner.
What a fun night that was.
That was a great night. And then the Phillies won after that.
The Phillies did win that game.
Not anymore after that.
Nope.
But the girls' soccer team looking to defend the Castles. They'll be here for all their games. They are the 1 seed in the playoffs.
But I mean, kind of like what Coach Marley was pointed out in the coach's corner. Once you enter these playoffs, you're 0-0. So no matter what seed you are, everyone's jumping in with pretty much a new slate, and it's pretty much one and done.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, the Lady Knights did something historic for the program. They went undefeated in the regular season, undefeated obviously in the Coaches' Cup as well. But every game, or no seed is safe, no matter who they're going against. On Monday, they will be going against either West Deptford or Collingswood. No matter who they go against, that game will be played here at the Castle, since they are the 1 seed. As Dean Collins is going to come up here for John Goebel. But the girls have had a really good season. Very historic season, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, that Coaches' Cup final was the first time in program history they've ever gotten there. And also the first time they've ever won it.
Dean Collins is slowly limping his way off here, getting assisted by the trainer, Sean Klink. And what a fun night that was. That was a really fun game.
Yeah, that was. And
you can find that game on our YouTube that we streamed. We're going to hear from me, or Brian, Jake, Connor Strauss, and I on the broadcast.
It was one of my favorite broadcasts we've done all season, honestly.
Yeah, it was a ton of fun.
Blanco trying to cross it toward the middle, cut off by this Middle Township defense. About 27.5 minutes into this second half as the clock starts slowly clicking down. Middle Township just looking to get some spark.
It's something about the Sterling team, as we're mentioning, like playoffs and the future and the past and everything, is that this Sterling team come next year is only losing 1 senior starter. That's very impressive. And this boys team is going to be good for a while. They have a lot of young depth. They have a lot of good JV players, and they have a lot of good varsity freshmen. We see a lot from Ethan Weitzel. We see a lot from Carson Wiley and Connor Maynor. So this team is very deep, and they're going to be deep for a really long time.
Yeah, but Dan, you're right. Just losing 1 senior starter, 6 seniors in total. But still a lot of... We'll see another year of of Schmid, Bright John, Dean Collins, Camardo,
Rosano.
Yeah, still a strong team going into next year.
Yeah, I'm going to be very excited to broadcast it without Brian.
Yeah. We'll come back and visit.
Please.
Still can't believe that this is the last year. Last year
All
I'll
right,
be doing
well,
this.
we don't need to start saying that now. We've still got winter and spring
I mean,
season.
yeah, you're right. It is only
It's
October.
only the fall season, yeah. Please. We still got basketball season. We got 2 very talented basketball teams.
Oh, I cannot wait.
I'm
for
very
that
excited
year.
for some
That's
basketball
gonna be exciting.
Some jazz band season for me, too.
We're also going to try and integrate some of the stuff we do in the studio along with our live broadcasts as well. So that'll be
Also,
fun.
something to mention, what also starts in the winter is the half marathon team, but someone did just recently run the half marathon. Fallon Shinseki ran in Atlantic City. And so congratulations to her. It was actually the day right after the Coaches Cup final.
And when skied out of play, Sterling will make a couple substitutions. You can follow us on Instagram at SterlingTV19. Find all behind-the-scenes information and pictures from us here at the Tech Crew, as well as all the things going on at the Castle. Again, you can find that and more when you follow us on Instagram at SterlingTV19.
And if you're wondering who the substitutions were, the Knights did an attacker swap. So coming in now are Quentin Rosano and Connor Maynard. And also in the winter, we have wrestling. That'll be led by Jacob Clark primarily. He's our wrestling guy.
And it looks like it's Rob Toomey with the whistle there. He did get a yellow card in that first half, as he did say some not appropriate words to the official from what I did hear.
If you do not know the basics of soccer, if you get 2 yellows, that equals a red, and that means you are ejected from the game.
Soap!
I believe a red card also takes you out of.
Our next TV soccer game, sorry to cut you off, Nico, but it will be this Saturday, October 28th. If Sterling wins, they will go to Cedar Creek. If Cedar Creek moves on from their game, and if Pleasantville wins that game versus Cedar Creek, Sterling will host against Pleasantville.
Wait 1 second as Sterling resumes action.
Come on.
Here's a shot from Camardo, and it's in. What a shot from Jason Camardo as he adds on to this Sterling lead. It's 3-0.
What an amazing shot from Jason Camardo there. A really impressive shot there from Camardo. Increases the lead to 3-0. Gives Sterling a bit of an extra cushion to ride out the rest of the second half. A very impressive game from Sterling's offense today.
Take a look at the replay here. We had some technical difficulties with our monitor, so excuse us if we weren't referencing anything with our monitor, but it's back. And a great shot there by Camardo.
Camardo really good on the offense and defensive side of the ball. Makes a lot of good defensive plays, a lot of good defensive decisions, but also has a wicked shot. He's very smart with the ball.
Goal number 6 on the year for Camardo. That leads the team. So now with less than 10 minutes to go, I'm sure Sterling's starting to feel a little bit more comfortable, especially with the way Middle Township is played.
Yeah, and immediately after the game, if the score stays, we will have a post-game show hosted by myself. You'll probably get to hear Jason Camardo on there. You'll hear Bright John.
And goes out of play. It'll be Sterling throwing. You see on our screen, our next TV game is this Thursday. Football will take on Maple Shade at 6 p.m. The final game of the season. Here's Reyes with it. Now here's Reich with his speed. Able to keep it in. Trying to move toward the middle, some contact, and eventually cleared toward the near side of the field. Here's Pettit with a pass back to Lopez. Lopez with a nice move, working against two defenders.
That was really good containment there from Ethan Whitesell to stay with Lopez and keep him contained towards the outside.
Here's Goebel, who sends it to Bleem. Reyes with it. And eventually a whistle.
As we're seeing the goal from Jason Camardo again from an angle. That was a really nice shot. A screamer towards the far side. And the next game, if Sterling prevails in this one, will either be against Cedar Creek or Pleasantville. Excuse me. If it's against Cedar Creek, it'll be played there, but if it's against Pleasantville, it'll be played right here at the Castle.
So another whistle. Now Middle Township has it in favorable field position. A little over 5 minutes to go unofficially, trailing this one 3-0. Inside the box, cleared away by Ortiz. There's some space for Maynor. Trying to move toward the middle of the field, nobody there. Now here's Maynor with it. Chance for Reyes, and that's scooped up.
As we approach the end of this game, Sterling played a really, really good game offensively. Travis Schmidt had a relatively easy day, but that's a big part of the defense and the midfielders making sure they didn't get too close. And Sterling had a really, really good ball game today against a very talented Middle Township team. Last time we met Middle Township in a big sports game was actually last year for the finals of basketball, so we're going to get a few substitutions here for the Knights.
Our next TV game is this Thursday, October 27th, as the football team will take on Maple Shade. That'll be at 6 p.m. live on Channel 19, as well as youtube.com/SterlingTV19. The final regular season game this year for the Knights.
As I was saying, Sterling went up against Middle Township in the championship basketball. I remember the Superfans were pretty jumping that game as well. Unfortunately, did not come up with the win, but had a really good season for the Knights. And as we mentioned earlier, we'll be seeing them in the winter, as well as the girls basketball team and the wrestling team, which Nico Julien is also on this year, hopefully making a big senior campaign.
Nice play by Reyes. And here's Camardo. Sends it up for Reich. Reich with space. Reich with a shot and sent it a country mile.
I like that one, Brian.
Thank you.
So we got substitutions coming in here for the Knights. Got Brett Bellows coming in, Sean Kerrigan, and we also have Carson Wiley. As we are joined here by Shay Wiley. She's right there. The camera right over there.
Just a few minutes remaining here in the second half, starting with a 3-0 lead as they look to advance to the quarterfinal round.
It sounded like you said that like a super snobby, like rich person. A few minutes.
Just a few minutes left.
A few minutes in it.
Here's Ortiz with it. He's got space. Sends it upfield off the head of Kerrigan. Or excuse me, that's Brett Bellows. They all have that same fluffy hair, man. Goebel cuts that one off, finds Reyes. Now here's Bellows. Working against a few defenders, switches fields. Now here's Reyes. Here's Sheehan. Crosser over the middle, cut off there by the Middle Township defense. Bellows trying to sneak in there and take it away. And Middle Township will take over. And could not keep it in play. Most likely be a Sterling throw-in.
The right way.
They'll take their time here. John with the throw-in, finds Ortiz. Skies it out towards Reich, goes off the foot of Reich, finds Reyes. Here's Wiley. Gets it out towards Bleen. Now here's Goebel with space. Bleen with plenty of room to operate, but eventually taken away. Not too much longer to go in this one. Sheehan working with it against a few defenders.
This very well could be the last push of the game here.
Here's Avila taking it up. Taken away there by Wiley. Sends it up to Reyes. Sent upfield for Avila. John trying to clear it out. And it will go out of play.
Under a minute, guys. Under a minute. Come on, Blue. Get it going.
As we heard right there, there's under a minute left to play.
Let's go. Let's go.
Ortiz set to kick it away. Nice boot out towards the middle of the field. Goes off the head of Candido. Reich who finds Kerrigan on the far side. And eventually goes out of play, goes off the foot of Goebel. Quick throw in. Nice takeaway there. Kerrigan can't stay with it, and a bit of a collision and a whistle. And that is going to conclude this game. Sterling is moving on to the quarterfinal round with a 3-0 victory over the Middle Township Panthers. Post-game show coming up right after this.
Yeah, you guys want us to just skip class and mess around?
Wait, you haven't heard the rumors about the hallway predator?
Those things are just made up. Teachers just want to scare us to go back to class.
All right, bro.
I told you guys it's not real.
Yo, he's not even scared. Who even is this dude?
is.
Bullying, no matter the circumstances, someone will always be there for you.
Over 160,000 kids refuse to go to school each day in fear of being bullied.
Stop bullying and be united.
So yeah, look at this door. He can't open the locker. Look at the shoes he's wearing. Go up to him and call him dumb and useless. Bet, I will. Yeah, you better. Hey man, do you need help opening your locker?
Yeah, thank you. Thanks.
No problem. Nice shoes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yep.
This is Stop It.
Stop It is an anonymous app where you can report any instance of bullying against your peers.
You can also use the Stop It app to alert staff members if someone is contemplating harm to themselves so they can get help.
Stop It is easy to use. Once you open the app, you have to enter your school's access code.
Our code is SHS Knights.
Once you open the app, you can hit the Submit a Tip function to explain the situation and send a video or photo evidence.
You can be the answer.
You can help someone in need.
You can stop.
And welcome back. I'm Daniel Leakin. After a big win, Sterling takes over Middle Township and wins 3-0. And we're here with one of the goal scorers, Bright John. Bright, how are you feeling about the game?
I feel great, man. I feel like everybody played their heart out, you know what I'm saying? Playoff games, so everybody got to play like a dog for me.
And you seemed pretty hyped after the goal. I mean, you gave our cameraman Mason a kiss. Was the pressure on you a little bit, or were you just kind of being yourself and playing your game?
No, I was being myself, you know what I'm saying? We practiced that drill over and over again in practice. I did the exact thing I did in practice, so we practiced that move already.
So what you're telling us is that ball was meant for you?
Can't say, bro. I don't know. It was too beautiful. I don't know.
And so your next game will either be against Cedar Creek or Pleasantville. Is there anything that you think that the defense needs to work on a little bit in preparation for that game?
I think we just got to be dogs, you know what I'm saying? Defense got to hold it down, do the same thing every day, every game.
And is there anything that you think you need to work on in ahead of that game?
Everything, man. You know what I'm saying? I can't be too picky, but I got to work on everything.
I think that'll do it, Brian. I appreciate you coming on. Jason? Jason with a screamer to score the final goal of the game. How you feeling about how you played?
I think I played well. I think the team played well, and I'm glad we came out with a win.
And you played super well defensively before that goal. What's one thing that you try and work on every game, especially on the defensive side of the ball, to improve for the next one?
I'm just always trying to stay in front of the player. Don't let him get behind me. If I can make the steal, but mostly keep him in front of me.
And what is one thing that you're looking forward to playing against Cedar Creek or Pleasantville, something to work on for you and the team?
I'm ready to win, obviously, but hopefully we go there, we can score, put some balls in the back of the net, and win the game.
And you want to be in the same spot as last year. Unfortunately, you came up to Delran a little short. What is one thing that you think that this team has that's different from the last to get there?
I think we have passion. We have a lot of passion this year. We have the will to win, and I'm hoping we can.
Thank you, Jason. I appreciate it. And last but certainly not least, we have Travis Schmid. Travis, how are you feeling about the win today?
I'm good. It was a big one. I'm glad we came out here and took care of business in the first round. So, yeah.
You had a relatively easy day. You had a few collections, but not too much on your side. How do you want to compliment the defense with that one?
I mean, every shutout I do, I compliment them. Today was I didn't really have to make saves. I mean, just as you said, a few collections. My defense stood on their heads today, so all credit to them.
And obviously you get to see a game from a different point of view than everyone here and everyone on the field. What's something that you think that your team needs to work on just a little bit more to get to that next level?
I really just think counterattacks. Sometimes we'll have someone sneak in behind me or something, but as it went on today and as I called it out to my team, Bright John, he adjusted to it relatively well, and our wing backs too. We need to work on getting back a little bit more, but I think besides that, I mean, we were really hitting on all cylinders today.
And a goalie and a defenseman chemistry is completely different to any other place on the field. What is something that you do with your defensive team to improve that?
Just the bonds that I've had with them, like Dean and Ann Ortiz. Since the first day of me playing goalie, they've been my left and center back. So, just I always thank them. I always got to take care of them too, on and off the field.
And we appreciate you coming on, Travis. That'll be it for me on the field. We're going to send it back to Brian in the booth.
Thank you, Dan. Great post-game show as always. Our next TV soccer game will most likely be this Saturday, October 28th. And since Sterling did take care of the win, they're just waiting to see if they'll be taking on Cedar Creek or Pleasantville. If they are taking on Cedar Creek, that'll be on the road. And if they are at home, they will be at home if they take on Pleasantville. Our next TV game is this Thursday, October 27th. The football team will be taking on Maple Shade at 6 p.m., their final game of the regular season, live on Channel 19 as well as youtube.com/SterlingTV19. And that is going to do it here at the Castle. Sterling able to take care of business in the first round. They're moving on to the quarterfinals as they take down Middle Township 3-0. But that will do it here on Channel 19. Thank you all for joining us here at the Castle. I'm Brian McLernan. Thank you to Dan Leakin, Connor Strauss, Jake Clark, and our entire tech crew, Mr. K, and everyone working cameras, graphics, replay, and all that fun stuff. But that'll do it here at the Castle. I'm Brian McLernan saying so long, and as always, good nights.